Hello, beautiful friends and book lovers. I hope that you are all doing well. I am so excited to be filming in our new home. I'm currently filming in part of our kitchen right now, believe it or not, and my awesome husband has taken our kitchen table and set up some books on it because we have no idea where I'm actually going to set up my place to film. If you're new here, my name is Heather, and here at Heather's Book Review, I typically read and review thrillers, mysteries, and suspenseful dramas, but occasionally I will also just read a super hyped up fiction novel, which is what I'm going to be reviewing for this video. Also, if you're new here, I am filming this at currently 37 weeks pregnant with our first baby. He literally can come any day now. He's measuring very big, so I wanted to review all of the books that I've read since I last filmed, which was like very early last month in April. I'm currently filming this way end of May. So if I'm out of breath in the videos or look uncomfortable, it's because I'm both of those things. But today's video, I'm going to be reviewing The Lost Apothecary, which is written by Sarah Penner. I did get this from Book of the Month. It was my March Book of the Month pick, and I'm not gonna lie, I chose it for this cover. I mean, seriously, look at how freaking gorgeous this cover is. And the premise, I'll get to it. It sounded really good. And at the time, I remember feeling like I needed a break from thrillers. And this just sounded like it was gonna be nice and refreshing. So I picked it, I ended up really liking it, but let me go ahead and tell you what it's all about. So if you are not a Book of the Month member, I have put my referral link in the drop-down description below. If you decide to become a member and go through my link, that means I also get a free book, which is really cool. I love Book of the Month. I pay for it on my own, not sponsored by them. And it's really reasonably priced. It's like $14.99 a month for a hardcover book. And then once you pick one of the 5 books that they offer for the month, you can also pick an add-on, and they have add-ons for the month too. The only thing I don't like about it is sometimes I'm not interested in like the 5 books and I would rather pick an add-on, but they don't let you just order the add-on, if that makes sense. Like you have to pick one of those 5 books, which, I mean, I wish they would let you just pick the add-ons because sometimes those sound a little bit better to me. But I am going to be referencing my notes here, and I am going to read you the synopsis courtesy of Goodreads. I literally just went on Goodreads and copy and pasted the synopsis so I could read it for you so you can hear what the book is all about. A female apothecary secretly dispenses poisons to liberate women from the men who have wronged them, setting 3 lives across centuries on a dangerous collision course. Rule number 1, the poison must never be used to harm another woman. Rule number 2, the names of the murderer and her victim must be recorded in the apothecary's registry. One cold February evening in 1791, at the back of a dark London alley in a hidden apothecary shop, Nella awaits her newest customer. Once a repeated healer, Nella now uses her knowledge for a darker purpose, selling well-disguised poisons to desperate women who would kill to be free of the men in their lives. But when her new patron turns out to be a precocious 12-year-old named Eliza Fanning, an unexpected friendship sets in motion a string of events that jeopardizes Nella's world and threatens to expose the many women whose names are written in the register. In present-day London, aspiring historian Caroline Parswell spends her 10th wedding anniversary alone, reeling from the discovery of her husband's infidelity. When she finds an old apothecary vial near the river, she can't resist investigating, only to realize she's found a link to the unsolved apothecary murders that haunted London over 2 centuries ago. As she deepens her search, Caroline's life collides with Nella's and Eliza's in a stunning twist of fate, and not everyone will survive. So as you just heard me read, we do have 3 point of views, 2 from the past, which are Nella and Eliza, and then the present day point of view, which is Caroline. And I feel like the book does a really good job hip-hopping between all 3 point of views. I typically don't like books that go from past to present, past to present, past to present, because I find that I'm more intrigued with either the past or the present. So I find myself not enjoying when I'm reading the part that isn't as exciting, if that makes sense. However, with this book, I would say that I feel like it balances nicely, and I really did want to truly read all 3 point of views. I had a hard time picking like who would like this book compared to other books or movies, which you guys know in my reviews, I typically like to say like, oh, if you liked this book, you should read this, or if you like this movie, you should read this. But this book is really unique in its own way. There is an underlining theme of, oh my gosh, my neighbor has decided to mow his lawn, let me shut the door. So there's a big underlining like female empowerment vibe in this book. So if you like books like that, you would love this. It's all about how Nella and Eliza are back in those late 1700s and how women were treated back then. And they both Nella and Eliza have a story in which they struggle. They struggle being who they are for various reasons, a lot of it tied to that time period. So we really follow their journeys, and all 3, including the present day Caroline, they all connect beautifully with one another. And I think Sarah Penner did that's her name, right? Yeah. did a really good job just having all 3 of them connect in such different ways. Something that stood out about this book to me was the sense of mystery and adventure. So we have Caroline, who's in the present, and she stumbles upon the vial, like you heard me read in the synopsis, and she stumbles upon the mystery because she wants to find out where this vial is from, and it helps her take her mind off her own issues that she has going in her life. And I really liked that. While I read this to take a break away from thrillers, it did have that fun, like mystery thriller aspect to it, which I really appreciated. I will say, if the book did not have that mystery thriller aspect, I think it would have been a little bit boring. I feel like the book needed to have the present day Caroline character in order for us to be hooked, because without that, there really wasn't a whole lot going on in the book besides Caroline trying to unravel the mystery behind the vial. So now I'm going to go ahead and tell you what I rated the book. I am going to give it a 3 out of 5 on Goodreads and a 7 out of 10 for my personal rating. I'm looking at my notes right here. A lot of people on Bookstagram, which if you're like, what the heck is that? It's literally just Instagram, but for book lovers, you can find me with the same handle at Heather's Book Review. I'll put a little sticker right here. But like everybody loved this book. They were like 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. And I saw a couple other people who were like, I mean, it's good, but it's not like great. And that's definitely the category that I fall in. To be honest, the book just isn't anything super gripping. I wasn't dying to go and pick it up and see how it ended. And I will say I did enjoy the ending. If you're new here, I am super picky about book endings. Like, a book does not get a 5 out of 5 stars from me. Like, if the book is amazing but has a really shitty ending, it's not gonna get a 5 out of 5 from me. Like, it all needs to wrap up nicely. So I thought this book was okay, but I thought the ending was really good. But overall, it still falls to like a C grade for me. So now I'm gonna go ahead and get into the book chat part of the video for those of us who have read. So if you're new here, I would love if you could hit that subscribe button and that post notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new bookish related video. And if you've read the book, keep on watching because I want to hear your thoughts and see if we thought the same thing. You guys, I felt so bad for little Eliza dealing with her period and nobody telling her that what she's dealing with is her period, and she thinks the ghost of the man that she kind of helped assist in the murder of is haunting her. I mean, it was almost kind of comical after a certain point. I'm like, this poor girl is dealing with the bleeding and the cramps, and no one can like just say to her like, what's going on with you is normal. Like, it was comical, but it was also frustrating because I felt like it was brought up like 4 or 5 times in the book. And I'm like, oh my God, can someone just explain to her that like this is normal? I'm just gonna go ahead and say I am so happy that Caroline did not get back with her piece of crap husband. I was a little worried that the book was gonna take like a forgiveness route and she was gonna end up giving their marriage another try. And I was like, he's just a manipulator. Not only did he manipulate her into not taking the job that she really wanted when she was younger, but he also manipulated her by literally drinking the eucalyptus oil and poisoning himself so she would feel sorry for him. I was like, not only is he a cheater, but he's a coward and he's a baby. Like, girl, you better leave him. And she did. And I was so happy. I was like, I am gonna throw this book against the wall if she ended up taking him back. Nella's story was heartbreaking for sure. I understand her goal of only wanting to help women after what happened with her past ex-lover. I loved the ghostly aspects of the book too. Like, did Caroline really see Eliza and Nella's ghosts at the end of the story? Who knows? I was so happy to know that little Eliza ended up living, because it also makes you think, like, that potion that she made, like, what was really in it? Because she jumped into the icy depths of the water. Like, she should have died from those actions, but she didn't, right? So it really just, it makes you think. And I don't know, those two parts were huge aspects of why I liked the ending of the book. So that's all for today's review, my friends. I have a lot of thriller reviews I'm about to film after this one, some of them including Confessions on the 745, The Sanatorium, A Nearly Normal Family, The Sundown Motel. So if any of those interest you, keep on watching, because in the coming weeks, those will be uploaded. As always, please leave in the comments what you thought about the book, and I can't wait to chat with you guys. Bye.